Tonight I'm going to say my icebreaker speech. The icebreaker speech is a speech that tells everyone a little bit about you, where you are from, and some interesting facts about you. But tonight I'm not going to bore you with my favourite football club or what's my favourite song or stories of how I lost my first tooth. But I would like to share with you the events in my life that I guess had inspired me to be here tonight. My journey as a Toastmaster. As I was sitting in my room to write this speech, I wanted to try and find the main events that brought me here tonight. The reason why I am a Toastmaster is because I wanted to overcome a fear of public speaking. Just standing there and everyone looking at me and judging me with every word I said. That was my biggest fear. So I wanted to try and find out where this fear came from. I thought about all the events in my life that brought in this fear. All of these events I wish that it never had happened, but now those events were what inspired me to be here tonight. It started in primary school and that's where my journey starts. This fear of speaking stayed with me right through my schooling career. I would always dread every time I had to get up and speak in front of the class. When the teacher asked me to come up and speak, I used every excuse of not to get up and speak. If there was an oral presentation due, you could bet that I would be sick on that day. I can even remember in my last year of school, one of the last work requirements was to pass year 12 was to give a speech. So I couldn't pretend to be sick again. I had to pass year 12 English. As I was giving the speech, the fear kicked in again. I can remember my heart began to race faster and faster. I could feel the sweat dripping down my hands. I began to speak faster so it could be over sooner. Later on in my life, I discovered why I had this fear and why we all have fears in different forms. You see, when we were only born with two fears, which was the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. The rest of our fears we had developed ourselves. You see, our fear is just a false expectation that is appearing real. Just an expectation of ourselves, which comes from a past experience where we might have expected ourselves to do something and we have just come up a little too short. The only way to get rid of any fear is to just be you and only you. You can live your life running away from fears and then stop you in your life journey. Or you can do what I did, use it as a guide to help you grow further and to develop yourself even more. That's what I realised in another stage of my life. I'm not going to keep on running away from my fears were not going to hold me back no more. So I am who I am. So I wanted to face my biggest fear, my biggest expectation of myself, which was public speaking. So I wanted to find a place where I can develop myself even more. I remember a good friend of mine told me about Toastmasters. I heard that they played all these speaking games and it would be the best way for me to start speaking. I knew that the only way to get better at a skill is to do it a lot, which is what you do at Toastmasters, speak a lot. So here I am, facing my fear. I encourage everyone to face their fears and live the life that you want. Don't ever let anything hold you back or bring you down because of just the false expectation that is appearing real. I will leave you with a quote from Dale Carnegie. Fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. Thank you.